am here with a topic that is one of the greatest invention of mankind. And when this greatest invention, when it's turned to be a greatest destruction to mankind, what is the effect it's going to cause? And how we can save our precious life from this greatest destruction. So what the topic is about? That is about fire accident. Fire accident. So fire. In our day-to-day life, we have the usage of fire in many different places. Starting from our home kitchen, in the restaurants, in the factories, in the industries, and in many different places, we have the usage of fire. Fire plays a crucial role in everyone's life. But unfortunately, this greatest invention of mankind can turn to be a greatest destruction. That is fire accidents. So how does fire accident occur? Because of the human negligence and human carelessness. Human negligence and human carelessness while handling fire-related equipments and electrical equipments can lead to very big fire accident. When these things are mishandled, it can lead to a very big fire accident. Not only mankind are responsible for fire accidents. Naturally, the fire accidents can occur. How naturally the fire accident occurs? Volcanic eruption. Volcanic eruption. Whenever the volcano erupts, the molten lava comes out of volcano. The molten lava is nothing but fire. It can cause a huge damage to our environment and also to the mankind. Volcanic eruption. The next natural cause is lightning strike. Lightning strike. Whenever the lightning hits on any metals or on electric poles or on trees, it can lead to fire, which can cause a huge damage. Lightning strike. The next one is forest fire. Forest fire. During the dry periods, in most of the forests in this earth, forest fire frequently occurs. This forest fire causes a huge damage to our environment and ecosystem. Because of the forest fire, lots and lots of animal species, birds, insects, lost their life. It led to the destruction of trees, plants, herbs, shrubs, and many living organisms. But one important fact is, not all the forest fire is caused naturally. Most of the forest fire is caused because of the human negligence. Because of the human negligence. And some of the forest fire is caused naturally. So what are the natural causes? Volcanic eruption, lightning strike, and some of the forest fire. So now let us see some of the shocking facts about the fire accident. Fire has enough capacity to eat away many things in this earth. It has enough capacity to eat away many things in this earth. And it is reported that most of the fire accident, it started very small. But when left unnoticed, it spread and caused a huge accident. Most of the fire accidents started small, but when left unnoticed, it started to spread and caused a very big damage. In India, every year 25,000 of people die because of fire accident. And in this 25,000, mostly it is women. Who lost their life because of the household fire accident. Nearly 66% is women. And mostly it is because of household fire accident. And every day 21 male and 42 female 21 male and 42 female lost their life because of fire accident in India. And much more shocking is smoke kills more than fire. Smoke kills more than fire. Most of the people who have lost their life during fire accident is not because of fire. It is because of smoke. Smoke is filled with carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. When a person inhales these harmful gases, it can take away the consciousness of a person within few minutes. And few more minutes, if a person inhales these harmful gases, it can lead to a death of a person. So during the time of fire accident, smoke is more dangerous than fire. So now we know. So how much effects this fire accident can cause. Now how to save our precious life during the time of fire accident. So the disaster management experts has given us some of the advices or ideas or some of the steps what we have to follow in case if there is fire accidents. When we follow the steps given by these experts, we can save our precious life during the time of fire accident. So let us see what are the steps, the do's and don'ts during the time of fire accident. So in whichever building you stay, you should know about two things about the building. So what are the two things you should know about the building? The first one is building evacuation plan. Building evacuation plan. So what is building evacuation plan? In case if there is any emergency, what are the steps to be taken and what are the paths to be followed in case if there is any emergency in the building. So what is evacuation plan? Evacuation plan means in case of any emergency, what are the steps to be followed and what are the paths to be taken in the building in order to move to a safer place or to move to the outside of the building. So that is called as the evacuation plan of the building. The next one is rally point. Rally point. So what is a rally point? Rally point is the safest place in a building. Safest place in a building. In case there is emergency, all the people in the building has to gather together in the rally point. In case of emergency, all the people in the building has to gather in the particular rally point, which is the safest place in the building. So you should know about building evacuation plan and the rally point in the building. So when you hear any fire alarm or carbon monoxide alarm, don't get panic. Don't get panic. Be calm. Be calm, but try to move quickly. Be calm, but try to move quickly out of the building to a safest place. While moving, if you come across any door, feel the door with the back side of your hand. If you come across any doors while moving, feel the door with the back side of your hand. If the door is hard, don't open the door. If the door is hot, don't open the door. The door is hot, there is a very high possibility to the other side of the door there can be a very huge fire. So if the door is hot, what you are supposed to do? Don't open the door. Try to find some other way to exit the room. Some other way to exit the room. And while crossing, if you come across smoke, we all know smoke kills more than fire. So if you come across smoke, stay low to the floor. Stay low to the floor. Because the quantity of smoke to the floor will be very less. So when you stay low to the floor, the quantity of smoke you are going to inhale will be very less. So whenever there is smoke, what are you supposed to do? Stay low to the floor. That's very important. So, and you should know the location of few important materials. So what are the important materials? You should know the location of fire extinguisher, the location of water tanks in the building, and the location of fire buckets in which the sand or water is filled and which can be used in case of fire accident. So you should know the location of fire extinguisher, water tank in the building, and fire buckets which can be used in case there is a fire accident. So what all you should do and what all you should not do. So you should know the building evacuation plan and you should know the rally point of the building. You should be very calm, but you should move very quickly. When you come across any door, feel the door with the back side of your hand. If it is hot, try some other way to exit. If you come across smoke, stay low to the floor. And you should know the location of fire extinguishers, fire buckets, water tank in the building in case which can be used in there is fire accident. Now, what you should do in case of fire accidents? There are some of important steps. The first one is stay calm. Don't get nervous. Don't get panic. Stay calm. Don't get nervous. Don't get panic. But try to move quickly. Try to move quickly. Because during a time of fire accidents or any disaster, every second counts. Every second counts. Each and every second can save your precious life. So try to move quickly. Don't waste even a single second. And if there is any fire alarm nearby, pull the fire alarm. If there is any fire alarm nearby, pull the fire alarm. Or you can call to the emergency numbers. You can call to the emergency numbers. So what are the emergency numbers? You can call to 101. 101. That is for fire service. Or you can call to 112. That's 112. 112. That is for all emergency purpose it can be used. 112. So you can call to 101 or 112. When you call to this number, when someone responds your call, immediately say your location and about the fire accident or about any disaster what has happened in the place. If someone responds, don't wait till that person to ask the information. If someone responds your call, immediately say the location of the place and about the accident or fire accident or any disaster which has happened in the place. That's very, very important. The next, while you are crossing, while you are moving out of the building, you have to inform all the persons nearby. You have to inform all the persons nearby. You can shout about the fire accident which has occurred so that all the people in that area, in that building will come to know about the fire accident. And so they can take some emergency steps and they can save their precious life. So you have to inform the persons nearby about the fire accident which has occurred. And one more very important thing is, don't use elevators. Don't use elevators. Because during the time of fire accidents, elevators can be a biggest trap. It can be a biggest trap. Not only during fire accident, during most of the disaster, try not to use elevators which can be a biggest trap. Try to use only the steps to go down. Use only the steps to move to the safest places. So what are you supposed to do? You have to stay calm. But you have to move quickly. Don't waste your time. You can pull the fire alarm if it is nearby. Or you can call to the emergency number 101 or 112. If someone responds your call, immediately say your location and about the disaster. And while moving, inform the other persons nearby. And never use elevators, only the step. And now let us see one of the very important technique, life-saving technique. That is stop, drop, roll. Stop, drop, roll. So when you have to follow this technique, in case if there is fire in the clothes what you are wearing, fire in the clothes what you are wearing, what are you supposed to do? Don't get panic, don't get nervous. Stop in the place where you are. Stop in the place where you are. Drop down to the floor. Drop down to the floor and roll and roll. So what are you supposed to do in case if there is fire in your cloth? Stop in the place you are. Drop down to the floor and roll. Why you have to do this? In order to cut off the oxygen supply to the fire. In order to cut off the oxygen supply to the fire. Because oxygen is the fuel for the fire. Once the oxygen is cut off, then the fire will be completely blown off. To cut off the oxygen supply to the fire, what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to stop in the place where we are, drop down to the floor and we have to roll. So by this, we can cut off the oxygen supply and we can blow off the fire completely. So what's the technique you have to follow? That is stop, drop and roll in case if there is fire in the clothes what you are wearing. So now students, you know about stop, drop, roll technique and also about what you are supposed to do in case of fire accidents and the do's and don'ts during the time of fire accidents. And also we have learned about some of shocking facts about the fire accident and the causes for the fire accident. So students, in the next class, let us see one more interesting topic.